Do you wish your Cybertruck screen was able to adjust like the Model X and Model S? Well, today's your lucky day. I'm going to show you how you can install the TesStudio screen mount that allows rotating of your screen sideways and tilting. Hey guys, today I'm going to show you the TesStudio screen mount that's adjustable and allows your screen to go 40 degrees left and right and 40 degrees tilting up and down to allow you to have a more convenient driving experience while you're stop charging. If you want to play some video games or do some things with your screen, it's a lot easier. You can access everything. Maybe your passenger wants to use the screen. I also did this installation on my Model 3. I have a 2018 Model 3, and I did this installation. I've been enjoying having adjustability on my screen. So if you have a Tesla Model 3, you can also check out that video. So in this video, I'm going to show you all the tools that you need. I'm going to show you everything that comes with this product. And I'm going to do the full installation and walk you through step by step. So let's do the unboxing. So first of all, here you got your new cover for the back of your Cybertruck screen. Also, this is the main bracket that you're going to install that's going to allow your screen to swivel and to tilt. You got all the tools that you'll need. The only tool that you're also going to need is a 10mm socket. And then last of all, we got the new cover for the dash area. This is going to go above this new bracket like this, something like that. And this is your new temperature sensor cover, since your temperature sensor is going to need a new place to go for this new cover. Now let's look at the tools. First, this is not really a tool. This is your extension for your screen cable so that the screen can still reach as we extend it out from the dash. A little plastic pry tool to help pry open the little plastic areas. Allen wrench. Here's your Torx wrench. 3 bolts. I think we only need 2 bolts for the new screen bracket, but looks like we have an extra one. And then here's an extra little clip in case you break the one that comes on the plug to plug in the screen. It's a, kind of a thin plastic cover that goes on the plug for the screen. So they gave an extra one just in case you break it off. The way you remove it is you just lift up on these side tabs. So you just have to gently lift up. And zip ties. So this is how you can zip tie the 2 cables together once you add the extension. Zip tie it together with the temperature sensor cable just to keep them from sliding around too much. And that's it. That's everything we got. And like I said, the only tool you need is a 10mm socket. You want to cover your console here with a towel or blanket. That way you can easily lay the screen down on there while you're working. There we go. Now you're going to go to the truck's menu and you're going to power down the screen so that it is safe to disconnect and to reconnect while you're working, and it will keep the buttons from accidentally being pressed. So first you're going to go to Safety submenu, scroll all the way down and go to Power Off. Are you sure you want to power off? Place foot on brake to turn back on. So once you're done installing everything, you will go over to the driver's side, you will press on the brake pedal, and the screen will it'll turn back on based on brake pedal press. So I'm going to go ahead and power off. Keep in mind, as soon as you open the door, let's say you need to open the door while you're working, the screen's going to come back on. So you'll need to either decide if you're going to stay working in the vehicle or leave the door open. Now, step one, to remove the screen, you're going to remove this bottom screen cover by prying off the edge with a pry tool. Just get the pry tool under each edge, and once you do that, it easily drops down. And then you're going to disconnect the wire on your temperature sensor. So now that you have this cover down, you just need to press in to release the temperature sensor. Use something, I'm going to try to use this pen. This area right here. There we go. You just have to press in a little ways till it clears the rest of the housing, and then it will come off. Not a whole lot of slack here, so you just have to reach underneath. Now use your Torx wrench to remove the temperature sensor from this cover, and you're going to save it for later to install on the new cover provided. So start off with the shorter end to give you more leverage, and once you get it a little bit loose, you can switch over to the longer end. And there we go, there's the second screw. Save those for the new cover. Remove your sensor, save that, and this housing cover you'll no longer need. Now to remove the main bolts here and here from the screen bracket so that we can remove the screen. You're going to use a 10mm wrench, pretty standard size. There's the second bolt. Let's keep the screen on the brackets here before you remove it. Have one hand ready to pull the cable, and then use this pry tool. Now that this orange clip is in the back position, this little black button you just press in with a pry tool. Keep that pressed in. Use your other hand, pull the cable back towards the dash, and there you go. It comes off. So you just got to use two hands. Now we're going to remove the screen and set it down. For this, removing this housing, again, you'll remove the side pieces here. You can just push them to the side and they'll pop up. Now this part is a little trickier in here. So this ridge right here, you just have to have something slide under there to make it pop up so that this will release from the front. So now you're going to remove this clip, this housing from the data power cable for the screen. Just get something real thin, sharp, under the edge there so that this side will lift up like that, and you can see it breaks off pretty easy, so that's why they send a new one. So now that that's removed, we can remove this housing and we can add the extension cable. That way this data cable can reach the new screen mount. These angles here go the same orientation as the angles here. Slide it over there. Just gotta get it over the edge, and then once you do that, keep going all the way till it's completely covering like that. Install the original cover onto the cable for the screen. So just like that. And then since I broke the original clip, I'm using this extra clip to secure it back on there. There we go. So now we're going to install the new mounting bracket. Just slide the cover over in between here and the top section. Make sure your cables are staying in the middle so you don't have any interference. Now install temperature sensor into the new insert for the cover. It only goes one way, so use the original screws that came with your temperature sensor. Use your Torx wrench. Okay, now that we have the temperature sensor installed in the new cover insert, I'm going to go ahead and plug it in and install it up here in the cover. There, it's plugged in. Now you got to get your power cable out of the way. So lift it up and then install your temperature sensor cover. You're going to put these little tabs in first. Had a snug fit here, and then swing it up to the top. So first you need to route your power data cable through the cover, and this orange clip is going to be facing towards the dash. Actually, it would be easier to plug in like this. You can just move that out of the way while you're plugging it in. Now remember, this has to lock in, so press down on the orange tab to lock it in. Now your power data cable cannot come out. And this housing, very simple. It's just going to snap into place. Press down on each side. And then the middle, and it is now secure. Now we're going to install the screen onto this mounting bracket and put the bolts through, and we should be done. So just make sure this cable is out of the way. Slide the screen onto this bracket here. You're gonna have just a little bit of clearance for your cable, and just keep sliding around to the edge of this other side of the bracket. You're gonna use the Allen wrench and install these new bolts up into the new bracket section. So last step, hit the brake and your screen should come back on. Just gonna finish tightening these bolts that hold on the new screen bracket. "40° left and right, and 40° tilting up and down." So if you're ready to purchase, use my referral link in the video description or pinned in the comments, or just go to TesStudio.com and use my code accelerating to save up to 30% on your order. I have a lot of fun things planned for the upcoming year 2025, so please make sure you subscribe and also hit like so that I can grow the channel and do a lot more fun content for you guys. Please let me know, have you purchased this accessory or any other Cybertruck accessories?